So first of all, how old were you when you started playing?
I started playing when I was 6. But unlike you, I didn't want to play, you know. I mainly played ball. I played basketball, football, baseball. That's what we did in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's all I mainly did. And I didn't get serious about playing until I was 12. Then I started to practice. But before that, I never really practiced. I played like parades and, you know, little stuff. Like in New Orleans, we play the music as more part of the culture then. But I wasn't into it like that.
And what happened that sort of turned the switch on?
You know, I was at a basketball practice, man, and I was just thinking, I don't know if I want to just do this for my whole life. Like, you know, something about it. I mean, I was dedicated. I would work on my game. I was kind of serious. And then I listened to Train. Like in one summer, I started listening to Coltrane because I know my daddy had a picture of him, the New Orleans drummer James Black, and it was standing up in a picture with Coltrane. And I always would look at that picture, and I know they loved Train. They was always talking about Train. So when I started to listen to Train had come to New Orleans, I don't know, 1962 or 63, played at a club called Vernon's. And it was like, you know, in the New Orleans lore, the people didn't really like what Train was playing. They wanted Train to play my favorite things, and Train going into another way of playing. And how much my daddy loved Train, and people was telling everybody, oh, Train and them ain't playing. And my daddy said when he finally got off to go hear Train, he was like, damn, if they ain't playing, ain't no such thing as playing. He said Train and them was playing. And so when I started to listen to Train, even though I'm a trumpet player, it got me into music. I read a couple of books with Train, Black Music and Black Nationalism. There's a book by a guy named Kofsky. I remember reading it because they had Train on the cover of it. And then when they got to Train said the opposite of what the book was about. I just laughed. I was young, so I didn't really know. But I said, man, this book is about nationalism. And Coltrane said he don't believe in it. I said, okay. They put him on the cover of the book. You know, it's absurd. So he put Train on the cover, and Train said, this is not endorse this. And then I got into Train. Then from Train, I got into Miles. And my daddy wrote out the solo for Miles played on Someday My Prince Will Come. But he told me, learn it by ear. You know, don't learn stuff by looking at the music. And then in New Orleans, we learned everything by ear anyway. You know, I was playing the funk band. We was only learning music off the record. And, you know, then I got into the music. At 12, 13, I wanted to learn how to play.
And when did you know that music was going to be your life? That you were going to, I mean, okay, you know, I'm playing an instrument. This is cool, but okay, now this is serious. This is what's going to happen.
You know, I was dedicated to it, so I practiced a lot. I didn't know because I always saw my daddy struggling. So I mean, I didn't know whether you could make money doing it, and I wanted to be able to play. I mean, I didn't want to try to be like a star or none of that. I just wanted to play. I basically just wanted them to respect my playing. You know, I figured if Clark Terry or somebody who really could play felt like I could play, because I mean, I knew I couldn't play, so I was trying to figure out if I could learn how to play. And when I graduated from high school, my teachers was all saying, "Oh, you're going to waste your brain on music," because they didn't respect music. You know, the South culture is football. And my mama was like, you know, your daddy struggled his whole life with all these kids. He ain't making no money. I don't know. If I was you, I wouldn't go into music. So I asked my daddy, man, you think I should go into music? He said, man, don't have nothing to fall back on. Because if you have something to fall back on, you ain't gonna make it doing this. So I took it like a challenge, you know. I always teased my daddy. I've messed with him my whole life. Because he was always real serious, man. He talked for a long time to be serious. But I always joked and clown with him. That was my relationship with him. He told me some of the most serious thing in the world, and I'll say something stupid. And you know, because I was a kid, always on gigs with him, I could feel him. You know, he playing, nobody really there. He believed in the music, and I would just mess with him, tease him about, man, ain't nobody at your gig, and you know, we got more people at our gigs than yours. And we sad, and If you can play, we making more money than you. You know, just I'll be messing with him. And he was so secure in himself. None of that, man, it didn't faze him. He just laughed. Even through all the years, he called me once I was in my 40s, man. It's something he heard me play. He heard a record of something. He didn't like the way I sounded. And he said, hey, man, I just heard you playing on whatever the song was. He said, I heard you playing on this song. He said, you ain't learned how to play on Changes yet? So, you know, he was always, man. Then when he told me that I'm nothing to fall back on, then I said, okay, I'm gonna try to make it. I didn't know I could even learn to play jazz. I was lucky to play with Art Blakey. And that gave me the opportunity to learn, because there was not a lot of places hiring 17, 18-year-old people. You know, he was gonna have a hard time learning. But Art gave me that opportunity. And then I could go on the path to start to learn how to play.